Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive Podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at each life path number's forecast for the full moon that's coming up on November 27th, 2023. Before we get into the forecast, this, of course, is a general reading. If you would like a personalized reading to take a look at your own numerology and your year ahead forecast or anything else you want to take a look at, you can book some time with me. My information is in the description box below. Also, this is a great time to get your year ahead forecast and your diamond forecast to take a look at what energies may be presenting for you in the year of 2024. So let's go ahead and take a look at the forecast for the full moon on November 27th. Life Path 11-2. So you all are going to be working with the energy of the 2, which is your core life path energy. And your animal wisdom energy is coming from donkey at this full moon. So this is interesting because, full moons often can indicate some kind of completion, release, something closing out or something ending. It doesn't always have to be that way, right? But it's often indicated by the full moon. It's the end of a cycle or an end of some kind of situation, oftentimes. And it's interesting because with donkey energy coming through, with donkeys, they are such loyal animals. They are so incredibly loyal, to the point to where, if someone within their, I don't know if it's called a herd. I don't know what it's called when there's a group of donkeys, but if someone in that, I'm just going to call it a herd. When someone in that herd passes away or dies, that donkey will actually lay, if they have access to it, they will lay in the spot that they are either their donkey friend or family is buried or where they died. And they will mourn. They will lay there and they will mourn for sometimes up to 2 weeks or so. I mean, it's a very heartbreaking thing to witness, but it's incredibly beautiful at the same time. But they are so loyal, which can be incredibly beautiful. But when we're looking at this like a metaphor, it's interesting because with 2 energy can also be very loyal, right? 2 energy is about bringing people together and harmony and balance and relationships. And so a lot of times with 2 energy, it can bring in this, people pleasing sort of that's got such a negative connotation, but it's like this energy of constantly showing up, a loyalty towards the other person or other people, which is incredibly beautiful. But it can also be detrimental to one's health, it can also be sort of a burden to carry. And so with this full moon, with you working with your 2 energy and with donkey energy coming through, I think there's something here that's saying, where is it that you are so loyal that is to your detriment? And where is it that maybe you can sort of release some of that and be a little bit more loyal to yourself and then show up to those connections in a way that feels good for you. Because if we show up in a way that feels like we are constantly giving or that we are being taken advantage of or whatever the case may be, that's going to deplete us. That's going to make us feel resentment. That's going to make us feel less than in some way. And so I do think that there's something here about just checking in with yourself and just making sure that the connections, your work, whatever it may be, that your loyalty is coming from a place of a healthy balance, right? Where you're not sacrificing yourself for somebody else or somebody else's dreams or somebody else's expectations or somebody else's dream. I think that's going to be really, really important during this full moon. Just make sure that, that you're not sacrificing yourself, your mental health, your well-being for another, for work, for literally anything. Because not to be cliche, but, it's like you can't fill somebody else's cup up unless your cup is full. So, and with donkey energy, it's such a strong, loyal energy and so is the 2 energy. So it would be very easy to sort of go to the extreme. And so you just want to check in with yourself and see, where is it that I can have those honest conversations with others and let them know, I support you, but I can't be here for you in this capacity, so that they can go and find a resource or someone who can be, and that's okay. The other thing is about patience, right? Like having patience with yourself, having patience with others as well, for this journey of life that we're all on. That's a big one, this full moon, to not only try to live up to other people's expectations, but be very gentle with yourself when you're trying to live up to your own expectations. I think that's going to be something that'll come in around this full moon, is where is it that, we can have healthy standards, but not be so strict with ourselves when it comes to these expectations. Meet ourselves where we are at this moment and acknowledge that and have grace for that. And then also do the same for others, acknowledge where they are at in their journey and have grace for that as well. But I do think a big theme around this time is going to just be check your loyalty, make sure that the connections, the circumstances, the experiences that you are showing up to in loyalty, that it makes sense, that it feels good, that it feels like you're getting, again, an equal exchange of energy. I think that's going to be really, really important. So if there's any area where you feel like you are sacrificing yourself, I think this full moon is going to bring it into your awareness where there needs to be some modifications. Compromise is great, but sacrifice is just going to leave you feeling depleted. So I hope it's a beautiful full moon for you all. Take care. Bye for now.